Hey guys, welcome to another SaaS landing page teardown. Today we have Merge, which is essentially a unified API that helps you integrate with all these little tools and helps you add it to your product without having to build a custom API, which would just take way too much time and be really hard to maintain, right? So one thing that they do really well is that they, instead of having that little annoying thing where it rewrites the headline all the time, they have it scroll through so you can look at in the left and right and see what else is coming up. I think it's definitely too fast. My eyes are already starting to strain, so it's way too fast in this case. They do talk about getting a key first, so trying it first, because this is a developer type product, and developers are probably the most skeptical audience you'll ever sell to. They don't really like marketing. They like to test it out first, and then they have to get a demo probably for the CTO or a more decision maker type role, right? So they kind of divide it into simple steps. So here's how you can link the API. Here's how you can sync it with all these integrations that they have. And then here's like the data model and the documentation and so on and so forth, right? So the only couple of problems that I see with this page, even though it's kind of clear about more or less how it works and stuff like that, is instead of doing something like this and counting integrations, directory integrations, and so on, what I would do is probably have some sort of section that has like a image here on the left, and then it has like a bunch of tabs that you can choose, right? And then this one would be CRM integrations, this one would be accounting, right? Accounting, this one would be HR, and so on. And then as you click through this, it would change the image, and then you will have a bunch of descriptions and use cases of what can be built with that type of API and what tools would it integrate with. So then we would have maybe a little video like this that kind of goes through how it works. And then we have maybe a list of logos here on the side, right, of all the tools that it integrates with. Because at the same time, we're showing the use cases, we're showing the type of apps it integrates with, and it gives clear use cases for the decision maker to say, hey, this is the perfect tool, this is exactly what we need, right? Because the developer doesn't really make the decision, but they kind of provide a educated guess of saying, hey, this is a good tool, this is a bad tool, and so on and so forth, right? Also because developers don't really like unrealistic claims or when anything that is not really missed, right? So you want to explain how it works because that's how their mind works, right? Is understanding in steps how each thing in the process is going to be better, right? Then a huge objection that they're missing is the documentation part, because developers really care about documentation. If you don't show how clean it is, how often it is updated, if you have documentation around all the issues that could happen and so on and so forth, then this will feel like it's not going to be a good tool, because without any documentation, it's going to be a nightmare to implement, and therefore they don't want to use it, right? So they're just going to say that the tool is not good enough or something like that, right? So they're just going to tell the CTO or whoever is the decision maker in their team, hey, this is not the best tool to buy, and it's impossible to get buy-in. Yes, they don't make the decision by themselves, but they do play a big role, especially if the person deciding is not really technical, right? So this is what I would do in order to make it better, but it's not the worst page that I've seen. It just needs to address those couple of things and kind of show more use cases. So let me know what you think about this page in the comments, and if you're interested in getting my help to rewrite your page in order to maximize its conversions and maybe attract more enterprise leads, because the bigger they are, the more skeptical they are, then the harder they are to convert. So if you're interested, just go to cortez.design/apply and book a free intro call to figure out if there's a fit, or you just DM me on LinkedIn and then we can figure out from there, right? So yeah, talk soon.